So hopefully the camera picks this up, and I'm sorry about my voice, I'm losing it. But I don't know if you guys can see that little bump right there. I get them on the bottom of some of my cups from the epoxy turner. I do have a way that I manipulate the turner so that doesn't happen anymore. But these were made before I started that process. So I want to show you guys just how I get rid of those. And don't mind my mess. I am in the middle of, look at all that. Just sanding today and getting all that done. So I'm going to set up the camera and show you guys how I do this. Alrighty. So I'm going to start off with this purple cup. So I'm going to be using Lord knows if I can pronounce this, a Dremel. And so it's going to be loud, so I'm going to edit out why I'm going to mute it while I'm actually doing it. So I'm going to explain everything now. So this is just a regular Dremel, and then I have changed it out to have the sander on it. And so I'm going to go in and I'm just going to sand right where this bubble is at. I'm going to go around it so you guys can see it, and then I'm going to go up and down with it. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm just going to get started on it. So hopefully with this you can see the bump a little bit better. So I'm just going to go ahead and start going up and down with it now. I'm going to give you guys a closer view of it. So I'm just trying to even it out so that it's just not a bump. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm just going to keep going. So it's starting to even out there, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next spot. This thing works wonders and has really stepped up my game when it comes to sanding. It looks great already. So I am just going to continue around the whole entire cup doing that up and down motion, and then once I'm done I'm going to go in a circle around it again just to even out the line marks. And so I'm going to continue with that, and then I'll be back, guys, and I'll show you the finished product. Alright guys, I have finished going up and down on the cup all around it. It's looking really, really good. But you can see the lines right there. So that is why we're going to go in the circle. All around the whole entire cup, and then I'll be back. Alright, now that I have went in the circular motion, the cup is ready to be sanded like normal. So I will be starting off with a thicker sandpaper like this. Sorry, mine are used up pretty well. So I'm going to start off with this one. I'm going to sand the whole entire cup with it. And then I will move on to a medium grain, something like this. And I will sand the whole cup again. And then I will move on to a very, very fine one like this. And I will sand the whole entire cup again. So I will show you with each process in between, like what it looks like before I move on to the next sandpaper so you guys can see. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like with the thick sandpaper, which is this one right here. Turn it. So now I am going to move on to my medium sandpaper, which is this one right here, and I'll be back to show you guys that one. So this is what it looks like with the medium grain one here. Let me turn it and show you guys. So now I'm going to move on to the very fine one, which is this one right here. And so I'm going to do that, and I'll be back to show you guys. Alright guys, so I have done the fine grain one now. So normally it looks more finer than this. Those will blend out. But just because this cup didn't have very much epoxy on it, and I still went ahead and sanded, it's not as fine as it normally would be. As you see, I didn't even do the very top of this cup, just because I didn't get it coated in epoxy very well. High five to me. So now that I've done all three of those, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move back over here to my Dremel, and I'm going to put this handy dandy little tool on there, and so I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to show you guys what it does to this. Oh, it just does wonders. So I will show that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got that on there. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to show you guys this, and then I'm going to do the whole cup, and then I will be back. So that, compared to the rest of the cup, looks just amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that whole entire cup, and then I'll be back to show you guys. And yeah, so. Alright guys, so that is all done. I know it does not seem like much, but it makes a world of a difference, and especially with epoxying your cups, it just really helps. It gets in those crevices. There is still some left behind, but for the most part, this just works wonders.